Man, just be authentic.
But he said be honest, but it's certain shit they really don't want you to be honest about. Like
Does this dress make me look fat?
yeah, they don't want to hear that.
Yes! The answer is yes.
They don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? But nah, for real though, to bro point, you know what I'm saying? Like, just in any situation, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gotta be just with females, like with your homeboy. Be honest with them. You know what I mean? Like, hold each other accountable, but you know what I mean? Just be honest with each other, be authentic in what y'all doing, man. Cause like, if I keep telling myself a lie every day, eventually I believe it, and it goes the same way. If I tell bruh something, if I tell him what he doing, even though I feel as if something he doing ain't right, but I'm telling him it's okay. Nah, you good, bro. Like, keep doing what you doing. I'm setting him up for failure. You know what I'm saying? For him to just crash. So,
and you'll be surprised who you help by being authentic.
Yo.
Because there's a lot of people going through the same thing that you're going through, but just like you, they scared to be themselves and they scared to put themselves out there. And once you do it and you show that courage and do that, they were like, damn, I didn't know you was going through that.
Yeah, you can do that.
Like, damn, well, how did you get through it? And then now you realize your whole squad going through the same thing. But now you just helped them. Like, there's a lot of people that'll reach out to me on Facebook and be like, man, just because you said this, and I wasn't trying to help nobody, but now that helped me to navigate through.
hey, what's happening, man? It's your boy Giovanni McFly.
Boy, Showtime.
And this is the Fly Show. Hey, bro, so I know we went through the whole production meeting, talked about what we was gonna do. I got a little bit of a curveball for you though. So every once in a while, man, I like to, you know what I'm saying, throw you something that ain't scripted that you can just give like a real opinion on, you know what I'm saying, and give your thoughts on, right? So what I'm gonna do today is, what I'm gonna throw out to you is, in your opinion, your knowledge, you know, everything you've been through in your life, fast forward to today and how you view things, what is an OG to you?
An OG is somewhat of a guide. Not somebody that's gonna send you out on a dummy mission or send you out to do some shit that you wouldn't do yourself. To me, OG is somebody that's gonna teach you the right way, the wrong way. They're gonna, if you're, just say you're going down the wrong path, but that's what you're gonna do.
Yep.
They're gonna show you the right way to do the wrong thing. If that makes sense, and a means to an end. So like, okay, well, you're in a situation, you have to do this, but do this to transition to this.
Right.
They're not gonna, you know, it's somebody that's gonna guide the young to the right way. And, you know, yeah, pretty much.
So for me, it's like kind of along those same lines. Like your OG, when we was coming up, your OG was basically like the blueprint. Like it was the structure. That's where your structure came from. So to your point, if you was doing right, wrong, whatever, that's where your structure came from. So if I was doing something wrong, if I wanted to be in the streets, whatever it was, they gave me the structure. They gave me the rules of the game. They let me know what to do and what I shouldn't be doing. You know what I'm saying? Even
teach you the code.
Right. Even though I was doing something wrong, illegal, they would tell me, like you said, the right way to do the wrong thing. So they would structure what you were doing, whether good or bad. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I feel like in today's culture, I feel like that's missing. I feel like OGs are gone. I feel like it's now these young cats, man, they don't respect nothing. You know what I mean? So like everything that you've done, everything you've accomplished, like I feel like it's like that in the rap game. I feel like it's somewhat like that in sports. I just feel, and definitely in the streets, like they don't want to hear nothing you got to say. They don't care what you did, you know what I'm saying, 15, 20 years ago. It's like I'm in here right now and I'm trying to, and we used to understand the hierarchy and how things went. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like I'm trying to go from here to there today.
Yeah, there's no chain of command and the honor is gone.
Yeah.
There's no honor amongst thieves, and even though they thieves, like there's a way to do things. There's certain things. It's like if you have your territory, I have my territory.
Yep.
The OGs are gonna make sure none of the youngins
Right.
gonna go over there. They're not gonna disrespect.
Yep.
We got a treaty, and you can operate and do. And if we have to cross paths, that's something that we discuss.
Right.
And we come along common grounds.
Right.
That is gone. There's no respect for anybody.
At all.
So even if we want to be an OG, but that's because like we had a generation get locked up, and the generation be on drugs, and like so you can't skip a generation because then it's
Everything's
and
lost.
I feel like the powers that be had a plan and it worked,
Yeah, to an extent, I feel like it did. You know
but
what I'm
I
saying?
feel like it's nothing that's not irreversible because we have people like us who transitioned and found a better way.
Right.
And that's basically what we're doing. We're trying to show people there's a better way, there's other ways to do things. And, you know, that spreads.
Right.
You know, and once you start setting that example and make it, you know, when they have somebody that they respect, somebody that's cool, somebody they like, okay, he was this, he was that. So he know what he's talking about.
Right.
Now look, you know, he's where I want to be at and he ain't doing nothing illegal.
Yeah.
So
But they don't really look at it like that now. It's like, that's where I want to be, but I don't want to take the proper steps to get where I want to be. I
That's
want
corny.
everything now, like in today's culture, everything microwave.
instant.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want it right now. I don't want to have to put the work in to go get it. I want everything right this second. And unfortunately, that's just not how things work. You know what I'm saying? You can't, everything not going to be, you know what I'm saying? That's the world we live in. Like, everybody, like we talked about on the last episode, like everything in the palm of your hand. The whole world is in the palm of your hand. So, like, yeah, some things can be expedited, but you can't have everything. You can't accomplish in 25 years what a man did in 75.
They have become accustomed to instant gratification.
Right.
And I find myself guilty of it too. And even in relationships, like they see somebody talking as good, you know, talking whatever on Instagram, and your girl be like, well, he ain't like this, and he like, you won't live with him? He just said something for 2 seconds.
Right.
You ain't living with him
Yeah,
every
you see
day.
the rest of the time.
Like, and okay, so I'm working on it. Whatever issue it is, I'm working on it.
Yeah.
If I mess up tomorrow, it's just like I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm going to forget. I'm gonna stumble.
You definitely gonna forget.
Yeah. So you know that goes along the lines of helping somebody, lifting them up when they stumble and helping them. But if you keep every time they stumble, you keep punching them in the face, eventually they ain't gonna get up. They ain't gonna be able to get up,
Yeah.
or they ain't gonna want to get up.
That's real.
They want that instinct.
Yeah.
It's like
They
stuff
want
takes
everything
time.
right now. And it's like you bypass the steps, you bypass the lessons learned in doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the lessons are in the journey. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get to a point to where now you can teach the next
All of them,
generation.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can now teach somebody else's kids or grandkids or whatever the case may be, man. So I just feel like there's lacking today. You know what I'm saying? The OGs, what we had as OGs growing up. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's much needed still. I feel like that's part of our responsibility, and cats of our age and older, I feel like it's part of our responsibility to keep reaching back and doing what we can to, you know, to help, because we got sons, you know what I'm saying? And like we got friends that's got sons, and we need to make sure that we reach back and and you know, teach them, because really we supposed to be taking care of our elders, you know, and that's not what happens. Like you got cats out here now, these kids disrespecting older people, cussing them out, like that was never the case when I was growing up. You know what I'm saying? You'll get the shit beat out of you for talking to somebody like that, for real. So like you don't disrespect older people. You know what I'm saying? They paved the way for you. You should be very respectful of that. You know what I mean? But speaking of older people, OGs, things of that nature, man, what's up with your uncle, man? Uncle done had a pretty rough year, ain't it? You know? When I say uncle, I'm talking about Shannon Sharp, man.
Yeah.
So, it's been a rough year.
You know how it is. Anytime you go into the next level, they're gonna come for you.
Yes,
You're gonna
sir.
be under attack, and
Yes,
I feel
sir.
like I think he's learning some lessons, and I think he's learning, you know, because he was always a big guy, you know, as far as being a star and stuff like that. But now it's another level. He's not on the field now. This is something else.
it's a you got a different audience now. You know what I'm saying? Like when you was playing football, and if it wasn't, you still got there's vultures everywhere. You know what I'm saying? For those of you that don't know, like it's people that they thrive off of. I'm just going to find me an athlete. That's male and female. I'm gonna find an athlete. I'm gonna leech onto that person, and my life's gonna be great. You know what I'm saying? That happens everywhere in sport and entertainment across the board, right? But I feel like when you start doing TV and radio or podcasts now,
It's a new animal.
I feel like it's a whole new thing, and people can do that. Like I can't really drive my car and watch a full football game and give it my attention. I can drive around and listen to podcasts. I can ride around and listen to radio shows. So like a lot of different people have access to him now. I feel like they didn't previously, and so we had the leaked incidental, you know what I'm saying, video earlier in the year, which turned out to just be audio. And then now we got a situation where Shannon Sharpe being sued allegedly for $50 million because of what was said was a sexual assault or, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But for somebody who might be, you know what I'm saying, watching this and a step away from being in college or going to the next level, whatever the case may be in their career, like what advice do you have for somebody like that?
Be on your P's and Q's, and we in a society where everyone has 1 or 2 cameras on them at all times.
Always.
Like the new iPhone, it's to where I don't even have to open up an app and do this. There's a button right here, boom. And
I'm live right
you
now.
got cameras in the glasses, and then you got, you know, so if there's people that doesn't want to do the work that Shannon has, and if they can, you know, this is my opinion on the situation. I wasn't there, I don't know.
Right.
From outside looking in, I feel like they had something going that was consensual, and then it didn't go her way, and then everything was fine, and then she seen that $100 million deal, or whatever the deal was, and it was like, oh, she tried to work her way back in, it didn't work, and she had the tapes.
So apparently, and this is all alleged, you know what I'm saying, it's early in the game, but this was all part of the plan from the beginning. It wasn't necessary.
Right, that's why she had the tape.
Right, so it was all planned from the beginning to try to use all of this information and the videos and all that to blackmail him into some money. But like you said, just recently announced that there was a $100 million podcast deal that he was about to sign, and ironically a day or two after that we got a lawsuit for $50 million. So man, just to brother's point, man, like if you in a situation, it doesn't matter if it's, you know, you going to work every day and you making a good living for yourself, or, you know, you a star athlete looking at a $200-300 million contract to play in the NFL or Major League Baseball, whatever it might be. Like, you got to understand who around you and who you surround yourself with. You know what I mean? So you got to be real careful not to allow people into your circle who don't mean you well. You know what I mean? That's one of the biggest things that I can say. You know what I'm saying? At my age, I got people around me. One of them being right here has been around me for 20 plus years. You know what I'm saying? And it's like almost my whole team is like that. You know, it's everybody been around for 20, 30 years. So it's important to make sure you understand who's around you. You know what I mean? Because you get to a certain level, and we talked about it before. Not everybody want to see you where you at or where you going. You know what I mean? So like, you got to understand it and not put yourself in a spot to where somebody gonna try to take advantage of you or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Because that's exactly what's going on out there. Is you got people that praying on you, you know what I'm saying, and not praying for you. And that's, trust me, it's 2 different things.
Yeah, so if you plan on, this is my advice, if you plan on being big one day in whatever field you're in, get your team together now before the money comes in. Get your team together now. People that is battle tested. When I say battle tested, yeah, I went through hard times, they didn't go left on you, you know where they stand. And when you do get your team and you're that one, take care of them. Don't spoil them, take care of them. Put, you know, just cause I got $5 million doesn't mean I'm finna give bro $1 million just because he's my man. Nah, if he needs something, I'm gonna put him in position. Hey, okay, here's $500,000, start his business. You know, I'll do some promo for him or whatever, and now he got his own shit.
And that's how it should be.
Once you start giving people stuff, now they're dependent on you, and you can give them things a million times, but then one time you don't, man,
It's
they
a
come for
problem.
your head.
It's a problem now, and that's how it should be. You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know, as much as people knock and say different things, and they compare to LeBron and Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, whatever. That's why I look at LeBron in a certain light, is because the people he came up with, they still around for one, but they're all successful in their own way. They ain't all make it to the NBA, but they still all turned out successful. They still network and work together and do things together as businessmen. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of, if there was a model, you know what I'm saying, that I can see over the past 20 years or so, it's that. You know what I mean? So I admire the way that man take care of the people around him, how he put them in position to be successful. When he got his money, they all came up too. That's how it should be. You know what I mean? But
And you know what, with the old heads used to say, stop putting stop putting pearls on swine.
Yeah.
So
you
listen,
can't dress everything up. Don't put makeup on a pig, man.
surround yourself with like-minded people. Like, we're like-minded. We have our own paths, but I'm trying to elevate. He gives me tools that I need to elevate, and then I give him tools, and we can bounce off each other.
Right.
And if one of us falls, we can pick each other up. But he ain't never, hey, bro, I need. I mean, I got him, but that ain't what we on. It's what can I do for you?
Yeah.
And so, you know, have people that you can pull from and learn from. If you are the one in your squad and everybody else is in the same spot that was 10 years ago, you can love them, but love them from a distance. They don't need to be in your circle like that. You need to like-minded people that's on what you on.
And like the saying go, man, if you the smartest person in the room, you probably in the wrong room. You know what I mean? So just, you know what I mean, just keep working on you, work on the people around you. Y'all should be growing together anyway, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes you outgrow the tank and you gotta move on, you know what I mean? So it's okay being a bigger fish, but go get in a different tank, you know what I mean? So we mentioned LeBron. So you already know where I'm headed, man.
Yeah.
So your boy, my boy, our boy, Kevin Gates, man, had some comments regarding Savannah James and LeBron James. For those of you that don't know, they do like a little handshake. LeBron got like handshakes with all of his teammates, which is another little dope thing that they do, but you know, all over the leagues and stuff now. But also he has a handshake with his wife Savannah, who they've been together since high school, have 3 beautiful children together. So Kevin Gates had some comments the other day regarding how Savannah looks at her husband versus how, and I quote, white women look at her husband. Bro, what's up with Gates, bro?
I'm gonna just play the video. Y'all can hear the audio, and then we'll go from there. That way we ain't misquoting nobody.
To ever play the game.
A week, but that even gets said.
Do the little handshake with Savannah.
Oh, every time I see Savannah with LeBron James, she does not have the twinkle in her eye that white chicks would. Here's what Kevin Gates said.
This how the conversation came up. We were just looking at like couples and people in the league. And we was talking about how LeBron do the little handshake with Savannah. And then I was like, maybe I noticed shit that people don't notice. But I'm like, they was like talking about, what if you had LeBron money? I'm like, man, he one of the greatest players to ever play the game. Right. But I wouldn't want to trade places with him. And they was like, why not? Why you wouldn't want to play? I say, because I don't like the way Savannah look at LeBron. I like the way them white women look at LeBron. Like when soon as he walk out there, they just be like, oh, they be dicked out. But it's like I noticed when he go do the handshake with the main player on his team, which is dead, it's like, you act like I'm bothering you, bitch. Like, I'm the greatest player in the world, one of them. Like top 5, top 10, I'm one of them. And I'm in the playoffs.
Homie, you know what I
And you
mean?
act like,
I don't be tripping, bro. Like, first thing first, as a man,
you look like Lamar.
I don't feel like he should be speaking on another man or that man's wife. Me personally. Like, I don't feel like when it comes to their relationship and how they interact with each other, bro, what are we doing, man? Like, why is that even the topic of discussion when you sitting around, from what I gather, you sitting around with other men and that's what we talking about?
Yeah, I'm at a loss for words. I really don't know. Like, I don't want to trade places with no man. Like, that'd be nice to have his money, but you don't know what he had to do to get that money. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's his path. But if I was going to entertain that thought, that wouldn't be the reason.
But I'm saying, like, why are you worried about how his wife look at him?
I don't know, bro.
Like, so I will say this too, you know what I'm saying? Like, I fool with Gates, bro. Like, as far as the music and shit, I fool with Gates. But he got a habit of doing shit like this and saying just reckless shit. Like, the whole I can jump a car battery with my hands shit. Mm-hmm. Like, bro, I think sometimes that man just be saying shit just to be saying shit, just to get a reaction out of people. And I think that's what this was more than anything. Like, because
that's like why post it?
Yeah, like, it don't make sense.
Because you know it's about to start some shit.
Yeah, I think that's why he did it. I think that's the only reason. That's the only justifiable reason why he did it.
My thing, I get confused. After he cut his hair, I've been confused as fuck.
He confused.
Because it's like he was on a spiritual journey, and you know, he's not perfect, so he's still working his shit out.
But you know he got a new girl too. He been posting videos with her with the Muslims, man.
And so it's just like, so I understood the transparency, like, hey, I'm still working on this. So I seen the trend. It was doing like this, but you do this with spiritual talk, and then you talk about stepping, and then see what he say is, oh, well, it's therapeutic in nature. It's a purge. And so I understand that, and there's a lot of people that, I don't want to use the word slow, but they don't catch on to certain things. When stars say something, they just, whatever they say, they like, okay.
You just go with the
move. You know what else is a purge? Taking a shit.
Yeah.
You gonna just take a shit anywhere?
Yeah.
So why would you purge to the these impressionable ass people? And so it's just like, there's a lot of stuff that is just not aligning for me. Like what you're saying here, you know. So now I just like just bits and pieces I'll take from them, and like the rest man, I don't know.
It's crazy, man. Like, you know
I don't have no words.
Cause I'll say, man, to go through, to be in the spotlight since you was 15, 16 years old, and you don't hear no crazy stories when it comes to Bron or, you know what I'm saying, Savannah. There's been little stuff here and there where people started to poke holes, but to go through 20 plus years together, have children, have a successful career, you know what I'm saying, and still be holding it together and holding each other down, like that should be celebrated. Like, we shouldn't be talking about how one another look at each other. They ain't got nothing to do with us anyway. Like, I don't, as a man, you don't even speak on their situation like that.
That's 20 years.
That's what I'm saying.
20 years. So, this ain't her first NBA championship. They've been doing this. It's like, so it's another day at the office. Yeah, she's happy for him, but she's not. You can expect this woman to be
but you can't,
every time.
The thing of it is, you can't, everybody, like, that's just like anything else. Everybody don't celebrate the same. Everybody don't grieve the same. Don't everybody do anything the same. So
right.
if she might look at him in a way that move him, whereas all this groupie fan shit, how people look at him, don't have no impact on him.
See, as men, we all come with bullshit. Just like women, we all come with bullshit. Them white women don't have to deal with Bron's bullshit.
But I mean, not
you know
even.
What I'm saying? So,
but not even that. What I'm saying is, like, if that man, I like certain things. You like certain things. So if the way that woman looks at him as his wife is what he likes, that other shit doesn't matter anyway.
Facts.
Like, all this extra shit you doing don't move me. So I don't really care about that anyway. Like, that may be some shit that Kevin Gates like. He may like being looked at as like he's God. LeBron, like, the way this lady look at me is what I'm looking for. That's what I'm
behind closed doors.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, she raising my kids. You know what I'm saying? Done raised one of them to the point where Bronny in the league. So Bron wasn't at home all the time when all that was going on. That's Savannah's work. You know what I'm saying? To nourish that young man to get him to where he at. That's Savannah's work just as much as it is Bron's. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the type of shit I expect Kevin Gates to say. And be on, not this.
That shit, I think it was just for clicks, bro.
It's gotta
you know
be.
what I mean? I just think it was for clicks. But, you know.
Because if somebody else said it, I felt like he'd have something to say.
Right. If they said it about him, he would have something to say.
Yeah.
But, you know, if that was about, back in the day, if that was about him and Drika, he would have had something to say. You know what I mean? So, you know, I don't feel like the whole thing was authentic, man. You know what I mean? But, you know, speaking to that, you know what I mean, just transitioning out of this to the next topic, man, as far as authenticity, I think that's another big thing. We talk about accountability and things of that nature, but just being true and being authentic to who you are, that's major.
So I'm gonna tell you what spawned me to even talk about this. You know, I've been over the years, I do, you know, spiritual research and just see what resonates with me. You know, I just pull, man, I pull stuff from everywhere. If I like it, it's gonna make my life better, I'm gonna use it.
Right.
And so I was looking at this chart, and so you know, I know you're familiar with vibrations and frequency and sound frequency. Everything is frequency and everything is vibration. And so it had a chart of the different mind states and emotions and the level of frequency it comes in. And so I was shocked to see what the highest vibrating emotion was. I thought it would be love. What would you think it would be?
Probably love.
It's not though. It's authenticity. So to me that is crazy. Like that's the simplest thing in the world, to be yourself. But at the same time, in this world, it's the hardest thing to
It's
be.
hard, yeah.
Because everybody wants to be like somebody else. But just being yourself.
Yeah, that's hard. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, for a lot of people, being who you are isn't acceptable. In society, in your neighborhood, at your high school, at whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, being authentic and being true to who you are is not always accepted. I deal with it every day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but think about it. God didn't make us the same.
Right.
If He made us the same, so it's almost disrespectful to God, because it's like our personalities and who you are, that's like your fingerprint.
everything's different.
Yeah. So why, you know, just like be you. And a lot of people that I see try to be something else. They already cool just being themselves.
Yeah, but society
it's when they're trying
society
too
doesn't
hard.
accept that though. That's
Yeah,
what
when they're trying to be like somebody else, that's when I look at them like, bro, you now you whack. Like,
But
just be you.
that's for you. But for society, they trying to fit a mold that they think this is what society looking for. Like you made the comment earlier, like, you know, you see somebody on Instagram and now, you know, the household that you in, that you would have been in 30, 40 years ago and would have been wholesome and would have been good, like everything was good. You got this image of what you think the world want to see. And you think now that man is working his ass off, or that woman is going and is taking care of home and doing everything that she's supposed to be doing. Now she doesn't look as appealing because you think this is what somebody's supposed to be. You think this is what the world is,
right,
off of a 30-second clip of somebody. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
compare it to your life.
Right, so society has now made it to where what you got going on really ain't as cool as you thought it was. You know what I'm saying? Or who you are isn't as dope as you thought it was. And that's not true. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's one of the things, like, when I did the, like with the clothing line with the fish scale, you know what I'm saying? That's part of it. Like, when I push it out, like, pretty girls is dope. That line, like, that ain't speaking to what people see visually. Like, you have to be pretty, you have to be beautiful to the core. So like when I'm saying pretty girls are dope, that's like you living in your truth, who you are. That's dope. That's okay to be that. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what the line is anyway. It's like whatever you do and you do it in the purest form, that's what fish scale means.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like when you doing, you know what I'm saying, you step out the house with no makeup on, that don't mean you always do that. Sometimes you gotta put something on to step out and really like feeling yourself. Like you put that shit on, you go out there and you be who you want to be, but still do that within who you are. You know what I'm saying? The easiest thing in the world, like you said, is to be you. Like, how would you know how to be somebody else? You ain't meant to do that. You know what I'm saying? So being authentic, being 100%, being, you know what I'm saying, like we said, pure, raw, uncut. You know what I'm saying? Just being who you are and being true to that. Man, that's the dopest shit you can ever do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Trying to be somebody else, you gonna fail at that every single time because that's not what you were structured to do.
And fellas, you young guys, and I'm telling you, ask a female, a real female, and they're gonna tell you the same thing. Women love a man who's super honest. It's up front, you don't have to lie. If you do not want to be in a committed relationship and you want to see more than one woman, tell them that. You'll be surprised. You'll be shocked how many women will just be like, okay, now they know what they're working with. And they might not fool with you like that, but I'm telling you, once you're honest and they respect it, you know,
Hey,
it's
listen,
when
man.
you're running around here lying and like trying to, I'm trying to do all this scheming and plotting. Man, just be authentic.
But he said be honest, but it's certain shit they really don't want you to be honest about. Like,
Does this dress make me look fat?
yeah, they don't want to hear that.
Yes! The answer is yes.
They don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? But nah, for real though, to bro point, you know what I'm saying? Like, just in any situation, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gotta be just with females, like with your homeboy. Be honest with them. You know what I mean? Like, hold each other accountable, but you know what I mean? Just be honest with each other, be authentic in what y'all doing, man. Cause like, if I keep telling myself a lie every day, eventually I believe it, and it goes the same way. If I tell bruh something, if I tell them what he doing, even though I feel as if something he doing ain't right, but I'm telling him it's okay. Nah, you good, bro. Like, keep doing what you doing. I'm setting him up for failure. You know what I'm saying? For him to just crash. So,
And you'll be surprised who you help by being authentic.
Yo.
Because there's a lot of people going through the same thing that you're going through, but just like you, they scared to be themselves and they scared to put themselves out there. And once you do it and you show that courage and do that, they were like, damn, I didn't know you was going through
yeah,
that.
you can do that.
Like,
See,
damn, well, how did you get through it? And then now you realize your whole squad going through the same thing. But now you just helped them. Like, there's a lot of people that'll reach out to me on Facebook and be like, man, just because you said this, and I wasn't trying to help nobody,
Yeah.
but now that helped me to navigate through the situation and,
and
let
you
me know
never
that
know
it's
what
okay.
somebody going through. So the smallest things that you can say can help somebody through a situation. That's kind of, you know what I mean? That's why we doing what we doing, because you just never know. You know what I'm saying? We just talking and being authentic in who we are and saying, giving our opinion. Not that, you know, who are we? You know what I'm saying? But it's people out there that value it. It's people out there that learn from it and it's helping people. So we're going to continue to do it for that reason. You know what I mean? But we've been talking about authenticity, bro, and you know what I'm saying, like being real and the contrast between real and fake, right? So there was a report that came out this week regarding the Chinese market and these designer clothing brands and things of that nature, bro. So what you think, man? Because I be seeing y'all. Be careful, alright? I be watching, man. And some of this ain't good.
My thing is, what I always say, quit fucking with China. And when I say that, I mean, do not cross them. They got too much stuff going on, and we owe them like what, 100 trillion billion zillion dollars, somewhere around there, give or take.
Whatever beyond that. All them folks, everything.
And so you have these brands, and I mean, we knew, you know, you paying for designer. Like, when you're paying like $10,000 for a bag, it's made in China. I just hate to tell y'all, it's made in China. Only thing they do, they'll send it back to Italy and have the logo slapped on it.
Not even that.
And sometimes the whole thing is made.
Let me get y'all the game, man. So, you know, we told y'all before, we hustlers. We've been all over, done a lot of things. Some of them we're not proud of, but we used to at one point get goods out of New York and, you know, help people get things that they needed. Let's put it
There
that
you
way,
go.
right? So, what's really going on is you got Factory A, Factory B, right? Factory A is making the same product as Factory B. Factory A ships its product to that company for verification. Factory B sends the product to LA celebrity, A-lister, whoever, right? Same product,
Same material, same machine.
same process. The only difference is one's come with an authentication, the other one is not, right? The second difference, I say the only one is two, but the second difference is I'm not paying 5,000, I'm paying 1,000, right? So
We ain't talking about the knockoffs.
no, it ain't the knockoffs. These are actual, like, it's the exact same garbage,
Same
it's the same
manufacturer.
quality, what they call celebrity grade. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get too deep into it, but when they start talking about celebrity grade, that's what a lot of your favorite rappers, actors,
All of them.
actors, athletes, whoever, that's what they wear is a celebrity grade. So the other part of that process and what that may look like, you know what I'm saying? And this is just me throwing this out here, allegedly, we'll put it like that. So, bro work in the factory with me. We in here all day. We work a 7 to 5 shift. At 5 o'clock, we pack up and we go home. Our manager then comes in with a couple people and says, hey, we're gonna run till 9 o'clock. So we're gonna keep the same product running, the same materials, the same quality, everything. We're gonna run it for another 4 hours after everybody goes home. And then we'll make sure the machines are set up to start up tomorrow at 7 a.m. So again, you're getting the same quality product, you get it at a discounted rate. But for years, I've had people come to me and be like, hey man, they saying that this stuff coming out of Taiwan or this stuff coming out of Hong Kong, but this brand is only made in Italy. Nah, big dog, that's not how that works. So, you know, it's news to some, it's exposing others, but the reality of it is, man, a lot of this stuff, clothing, shoes,
Not just-
watches,
Yeah.
all of it. You know
All
what I'm
of
saying?
it. China.
It's made in China.
Cheap labor.
They stamp it and say made in Italy, and then, like I said, they either gonna ship it to the company to go through their quality checks and so forth and so on. Even at a lower scale, when you walk into a store like Marshall's, right, you'll see Polo in there. And it's discounted to $20 for a shirt. It's because the stitching's wrong. It's because there was an issue somewhere, right? So that same shirt, $70, $80, $90 somewhere else is $20 here just because the stitching's off and they said it doesn't pass the quality test. Same concept. So we're not talking about the knockoff market, the black market. We're talking about celebrity grade items that just don't go to that vendor, whoever that company is or that, you know, that fashion designer is. They don't go there for the process of their quality checks and authenticity. They go straight to whoever that celebrity might be, or myself, bro, whoever.
It basically
That's
costs
the way
them
it
like anywhere from $8 to $20 to make a shirt. And
It's
they
a
charge you
fraction.
4,000.
Yeah, it's a fraction of the cost. 'Cause at the end of the day, it's material. It may be a better material, higher grade material, but at the end of the day,
It ain't worth
it's
thousands of
material.
dollars.
So, you know what I'm saying? It's worth what you pay for it. If it's 5,000 and you feel like just saying you paid 5,000 means something, great. The person beside you paid 1,000, they got on the same shirt you got on. Now, with that being said, we got a couple other things we want to go through. Last week we talked about just putting a spotlight on somebody. And that's something we're going to try to do on a regular basis, man. If you're doing something positive, you want to put a spotlight on it. If you got your own business, you got whatever motion you got going, man, reach out to us. We willing to network and work with whoever, promote your business, whatever. Like we always say, man, don't cost us a dime to promote somebody and support somebody else, right? So we touched on it, or bruh touched on it briefly last week. We want to go a little bit more into depth, you know what I'm saying, and get some more detail and give you guys some more jewels, man. But from a brother that's doing something positive, trying to promote positivity, I know it's near and dear to you. You've been sending me links and you know what I'm saying, trying to get me to where I need to be because I wasn't aware. But you know what I'm saying, because of bro and how he feel and the passion he has behind it, I'm starting to, you know what I'm saying, understand where he's coming from. So we spoke briefly about D1 last week, bro. I just want to give you the opportunity to go more into detail this week.
Yeah, so D1 popped up on the scene. He's been around for a minute, but he started getting on these major platforms and speaking his truth. He's a Christian rapper, but, you know, and a lot of people said he was clout chasing, but that ain't what I've seen at all. Like, he's speaking his truth, and if he sees something that he feel like somebody can do better, he gonna speak on it because he know these people have platforms that they could be doing more than what they're doing. And so the way I look at it, he's holding people accountable, and they did not like it, or they didn't like it. He called it hell, but you know, he stayed strong and he kept pushing. He did what was in his heart, and he didn't care what nobody said. And now he's on tracks with some of the more authentic street artists. So I just want to tell y'all, it's not just music that he do. This man do a lot of community work. So he was born in '85 in New Orleans. Dude is a songwriter, an educator, a public speaker, an actor, a television presenter. He signed the RCA Inspiration. And he was appointed by his home state governor, John Edwards, to lead the Louisiana Council of Success of Black Men and Boys in 2021, 22, and 23. He does a lot of work at Harvard, and he's a professor.
That's dope.
Yeah, he did a fellowship or something with Nas at Harvard.
Shout out to Nas too.
Yeah, Nas does a lot of stuff at Harvard too. In 2024, he began teaching a self-designed course at Tufts University, the intersection of hip hop and social change. The won accolades include NAACP Power of Influence Award and Emmy Award nomination for hosting the Manhattan Project. He started rapping while he was in college attending LSU, graduated from LSU in 2008, and he released a bunch of mixtapes. I think he's got like 12 albums or something. Let me see. His first studio album was David and Goliath, was released in 2009. And he also released a Saints theme song with a trumpet player and rapper named Ty Ocean. I think I'm pronouncing that right. The man performed alongside national touring, such as like Lil Wayne, Lupe Fiasco, Drake, Trey Songz, Akon, The Roots, Maya, The Clips, Music Soul Child, Fat Joe, Lil Boosie, Juvenile, and the list goes on.
That's a crazy list, boy.
Yeah, and that ain't even like.
That's a crazy list.
Yeah, and so people like, oh, he clout chasing. He already doing it. Y'all just ain't doing your homework.
Yeah, he there. Ain't nothing to check.
He was named Artist of the Year at the NOLA Underground Hip Hop Awards. Toured with a bunch of Atlanta rappers, Killer Mike.
Shout out to Mike. Big year
Yeah,
last year for Mike.
Macklemore, Lecrae. I think he got his deal in 2020. Been honored by the NAACP with the Power of Image Award for his influential impact in promoting positivity in the community. And that ain't even, I mean, we ain't got it all day. So, like, it goes on and on.
So make sure y'all, you know what I'm saying, go out there and search the music, listen to it, you know what I'm saying, get a little background on it. And, you know what I'm saying, I know bro feel the same way, man, from the family over here, you know what I'm saying, at the Fly Show. Bro, you always welcome, you know what I'm saying? Like, anybody doing anything positive for sure, but right now we talking about D1, so, you know what I'm saying, we extend our hand, you know what I'm saying, at any time, collaborations, whatever the case may be, man. We want to take this time to shout that brother out and make sure that he understand and everybody else understand that we support anybody out there trying to do something positive in the community, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not the easiest route, right? You know what I'm saying? So when you're going out there trying to do positive and taking those licks and doing, you know what I'm saying, going through all those different bumps in the road, it take a lot to keep going, man. So shout out to that brother, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you always welcome, you know what I'm saying? Like, we appreciate everything that you're doing. Everybody else in the community is doing something positive. We appreciate that, man. But, you know what I'm saying? Bro just gave y'all the rundown, and a lot of the things that this brother's done, and it's nothing to sneeze at. You know what I'm saying? You got industry artists, well-known artists who don't have that list of accolades. You know what I mean? So
But
shout
they
out to
say
D.
clout chasing.
Yeah, but shout out to D. Well, they always gonna talk
They gonna
about
hate
you.
on 'em.
They always gonna talk about. They talked about Jesus, so we ain't safe. You know what I'm saying? Just understand that they talking about you in good company because they talked about him too. You know what I mean? So before we get out of here, man, one last thing I want to do. My man's, everybody's man's for 2024, 2025, man. Kendrick, he did it again.
Yeah.
So, as much as it pains me to say, man, my man Kendrick, just very first artist ever. When you say ever, as long as music been around and you the first ever, like I know we done had a few different segments where we talked about Kendrick, but when you can say that you're the first ever, not Michael Jackson, not Prince, not Elvis, not, you know what I'm saying, like whoever, whatever name you want to name, the first ever artist, entertainer to do a Gatorade commercial, bro.
It's big.
That's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because and when you got the way that it was narrated, the way that it was put, if y'all haven't seen the commercial, please go, you know what I'm saying, after y'all like, subscribe, and share the Fly Show, y'all go over there and check out that commercial, man. I just got to make sure y'all see the body on before you see the Gatorade. Understand that? But, you know what I'm saying? I got to support my shit, you know what I mean? But, for real, back to Kendrick, man, like it's been, I can only imagine, you know what I'm saying, how that brother feel and the people around him, TDE,
And the
whole
way he
camp.
tied it into his lyrics.
Everything, the way the lyrics tie in, the way he doing the push-ups, the throwbacks to the football stuff.
What he tell?
Asia Wilson was in the joint.
What he tell the homie?
Huh? He's your ball boy, he said go fetch a Gatorade or something. Man, that's, hey, listen.
Diabolical.
He been hard on dude all year, man. And then he like, I know y'all be on Kendrick hard, but you know what I'm saying? Drake told the man to go do push-ups. He in the commercial doing push-ups. You know, like he did it in, you know what I'm saying, Not Like Us video. So everything's a lot that ties into it, you know what I'm saying? Like it still plays along those same lines, but again, man, do not lose sight on the fact that no artist, no entertainer across any genre of music has ever been in a Gatorade commercial until Kendrick Lamar did it this year in
Breaking
2025.
down doors.
So shout out to dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep pushing, bro. TDE, the whole movement, man. Salute to them boys. Like I can't do nothing but respect it because you know I got my team, and I would be, you know what I'm saying. I'd be ecstatic if that was Cindy, Lil Mac, you know what I'm saying, Future, Lil Zach even. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying. Y'all know it's Mac Fly to the death of me. So for my brothers to be able to do something and accomplish anything, I take pride in it. So I can only imagine how Top Dog them feeling right now and how Kendrick them feeling to be able to say, and you can't take it from them. Like I was the first to ever do it. You know what I mean? That's huge, bro.
Thanks.
So with that, you know what I'm saying, we done gave y'all a few different topics today. You know what I'm saying? Again, it's a blessing to be able to do this each and every week. And shout out to everybody that subscribes to the page. Tell a friend and tell a friend and tell another friend, man. Like, subscribe, share this joint. Help us keep growing. You know what I'm saying? We do this because the interaction we get with you guys, the feedback we've been getting from y'all has all been positive. We just trying to make sure we do the right thing, give back to the community, man, and just be a part of it, be a voice. So appreciate y'all. Appreciate everybody that like, subscribe to the page. We still got a few more bands left. So we got pink ones, we got black ones. Reach out to us. We'll make sure you get those. But until then, man, to the next time, it's been real, man. I'm your boy, Giovanni McFly.
Your boy Showtime.
And this is The Fly Show. Yeah.